We are ICCD, the International Christian Centers for the Deaf. We are a ministry focused on reaching the deaf for Christ in developing countries. People often ask us why we focus on the deaf. Well, there are millions of deaf who live in developing countries. They have no opportunities for education. They can't read and have no language beyond invented gestures to survive at home. Parents believe their deaf child is incapable of becoming anything of value. The deaf are often invisible, neglected, rejected, and abused in their own homes and villages. Most importantly, it is impossible for them to hear of the love of Jesus Christ. At ICCD, we help the deaf by building communities, educating for life, and making disciples for Jesus Christ. The deaf are approximately 1% of the population and often go through life without knowing other deaf in their community. At ICCD, we bring the deaf together from numerous villages to build relationships with each other and provide support from a Christian perspective. ICCD also helps educate the deaf for life. We educate them in reading, writing, and language to help them integrate into society, secure a job, and provide for themselves and their families. Ultimately, our goal is to present the gospel so that the deaf can hear and receive the good news of Jesus Christ. To do this effectively, we need to build community and help the deaf with basic education. We partner with local churches to develop programs and services for the deaf to help them grow in their relationship with Jesus. We provide missionaries or trained nationals in the local church to interpret the spoken gospel. ICCD is currently operating in 3 different locations: Mexico, Cuba, and the Bahamas. In Mexico, we have a staff of 12 full-time employees that partner with many churches in the surrounding villages and cities. We have a 27-acre campus that provides a safe place for the deaf to gather for recreation, fellowship, Christian education, vocational training, and worship. We've been in Cuba since 1997, working with the deaf community and sharing the gospel. There are 44 employees and over 700 active volunteers reaching across the entire island. We are currently partnering with 365 local churches. Our partnerships with the churches, communities, and government have allowed us to share the gospel with thousands of deaf and hearing in Cuba. We started our work in the Bahamas in 2014 by sending 2 full-time missionaries to partner with a local church in Nassau. Although people think of the Bahamas as a vacation destination, many of the Bahamian deaf have similar struggles to those experienced by deaf in developing countries. There are 3 ways you can help us continue to reach our goals of ministering to the deaf communities of these regions. The most important thing you can do is pray for our efforts, our leaders, and the deaf community. Pray for wisdom, safety, and for the ability to share the gospel effectively with those in Mexico, Cuba, and the Bahamas. You can also help by giving. Our efforts can only be sustained through the generosity of others. Prayerfully consider supporting the ministry financially. There are options on our website. Finally, you can help by going. We need people who want to go on short-term or long-term mission trips. Join one of our teams on a week-long trip or consider a longer career in the mission field. Thank you for taking the time to learn about ICCD and how you can help us reach the deaf by building communities, educating for life, and making disciples for Jesus Christ.